Greetings to all the chosen ones tuning in. You are here for a reason, and today we will dive deep into why you feel different from others, why you sometimes seek solitude, and why your journey is so unique. If you are someone who believes in the power of faith, divine purpose, and the deeper meaning of life, you are in the right place. But if you are someone who does not yet trust in faith or are unsure about its importance, I encourage you to take this moment to step away. The message I share today is for those who are open to exploring the deep spiritual truths of life. If that's you, stay with me. Together, we are about to embark on a journey that will enlighten your path. As chosen ones, you might find yourself standing apart from the crowd, not because you think you are superior, but because your spirit has been called for something greater. I've experienced this feeling myself and have come to understand that being chosen by God comes with a profound calling, one that's often misunderstood by the world. This isn't a life of ease or comfort. It's a life set apart for a higher purpose. When you walk the path of the chosen, you will naturally feel disconnected from those around you. It's not that you are turning your back on people, but rather you are guarding your inner peace and preparing yourself for a mission that requires deep reflection and connection to the divine. In today's video, we'll explore the reasons why the chosen ones often seek solitude. We'll talk about how your connection with God requires a space free from distractions, a quiet place where His voice can be heard clearly. We will dive into why being around large groups can dilute this connection and make it harder to hear God's whisper. I'll share how the world's noise, opinions, and spiritual distractions can cloud your mind, causing you to lose alignment with His will. The chosen ones are like finely tuned instruments that need stillness to resonate with God's guidance. Crowds can bring chaos, but solitude brings clarity. As you watch this video, I ask you to stay with me through this deep dive into the spiritual journey of the chosen ones. Press that like button to let me know you resonate with this message. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to join a community of believers on this powerful journey. Leave a comment with the number 777 below as a symbol of faith, and let's walk this path together. Now, I want to leave you with this question. Do you often feel uncomfortable in large groups or find solace in moments of solitude? Does your soul crave deep, meaningful connections? Take a moment to reflect on these questions as we begin this transformative journey together. There is a profound and unique calling given to those who are chosen by God, a calling that is unlike any other. These individuals are selected not for their personal glory or greatness, but for a higher purpose, one that transcends the ordinary. Their lives are meant to reflect something divine, something greater than themselves, and they carry this calling deep within their spirits. It is a sacred responsibility to serve as instruments of God, fulfilling His will and purpose on earth. However, this calling often sets the chosen ones apart from the rest of the world. They are not individuals driven by pride or a sense of superiority. Rather, they often find themselves feeling out of place, especially in large gatherings or in situations where the world's distractions take precedence. Their spirits are uniquely attuned to a higher frequency, and as such, they find it difficult to blend into the noise of the world. This is not a result of arrogance or isolationism. It is simply the way their spirits are designed. They are deeply sensitive to the energies around them, and the more they are exposed to the distractions of the world, the harder it becomes for them to maintain their connection to God's voice. This sense of separation is not a sign of loneliness or alienation, but rather a necessary process of spiritual preservation. For the chosen ones, their sensitivity to the world's distractions and the spiritual battles that accompany their calling require a level of protection. They must guard their energy, their focus, and their divine connection, which often means stepping away from the noise of the crowd and retreating into solitude or smaller, more intimate spaces. In these quiet moments, they are able to hear God more clearly, listen to His guidance, and prepare for the mission that has been entrusted to them. The isolation that the chosen ones sometimes experience is not an escape from the world, but a process of spiritual alignment. It is in these moments of solitude that they grow and strengthen their relationship with God. Here they can reflect on their purpose and deepen their understanding of the divine plan. This retreat is not meant to disconnect them from the world, but to prepare them for the work they are called to do. The greater their calling, the more vital it becomes for them to protect their connection with God and nurture their spiritual growth. abandoned or forgotten. It means being in a place where the chosen ones can be refined, honed, and equipped for the mission at hand. It is a process of preparation, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, that is essential for fulfilling the divine purpose. By stepping away from the distractions of the world, they are able to tune into the whispers of God's guidance and fully embrace the role they are meant to play. The chosen ones are called to be examples of divine love, truth, and purpose. Their lives are meant to reflect God's light in a world that desperately needs it. But this calling requires them to remain steadfast, to cultivate their gifts, and to stay focused on the mission, even when it feels lonely or misunderstood. Their role is not to conform to the world, but to lead others toward the truth, even if it means walking a path that others may not understand. In conclusion, the chosen ones are not separated from the world out of pride or isolation. They are set apart for a greater purpose. Their calling requires them to protect their spiritual connection, to guard their energy, and to stay aligned with God's will. This separation is a necessary part of their journey, one that prepares them to fulfill the mission they have been called to complete. In solitude or small, trusted circles, the chosen ones find the clarity, peace, and strength they need to continue walking the path that God has set before them. It is through this process of spiritual preservation and growth that they are able to serve as true instruments of God's love and purpose in the world. As I reflect on the journey of those who are chosen by God, I have come to realize just how crucial moments of stillness and solitude are for maintaining a clear connection with the divine. The world around us is filled with constant noise and distractions, and for those who are spiritually sensitive, being in close proximity to large crowds can make it incredibly difficult to stay aligned with God's will. The noise, the busy chatter, the distractions of daily life, these things can cloud the clarity that is needed to hear God's voice, making it harder to follow His guidance with certainty. The chosen ones, those called to walk a divine path, require moments of quiet to fully focus on the whispers of God and to nurture their spiritual connection. In the midst of the noise of the world, it becomes easy to lose track of the divine purpose. As human beings, we are constantly bombarded with messages, social media, societal expectations, the opinions of others, and each of these creates a layer of distraction. For the chosen ones, these distractions can be particularly damaging. They are sensitive to the energies and voices around them, and the constant influx of external noise can weaken their spiritual energy, pulling them away from the clarity they need to fulfill their purpose. It is in the quiet spaces, away from the crowd, that they are able to hear God's voice with more clarity, free from the interference of the world. This is not to say that being among others is inherently wrong, but there is a divine order that the chosen ones must maintain, and it requires moments of solitude. When surrounded by too many people or too much noise, the connection between the individual and God can become diluted. The distractions of the world may seem insignificant at first, but over time they can begin to chip away at the spiritual foundation of the chosen ones. Without the necessary space for silence and introspection, they may find it difficult to remain true to the path God has set before them. The pressures of the world can push them in directions that deviate from their divine mission, making it harder to walk with the clarity and peace that comes from being in tune with God's will. In stillness, however, the chosen ones find their strength. It is in these quiet moments, away from the influence of others, that they can focus solely on their relationship with God. These moments of solitude provide the space needed for them to listen to God's guidance, to reflect on their purpose, and to recharge spiritually. This connection is essential for their ability to stay true to the mission they have been given. When they are not distracted by external forces, they can align their heart and mind with God's will and prepare themselves for the work that lies ahead. It is in this peaceful stillness that spiritual clarity is often achieved. It is a time for the chosen ones to meditate, pray, and reflect on their lives and their calling. The quiet allows them to tap into a deeper understanding of God's plan for them, to discern His voice more clearly, and to feel His presence more intimately. This is where the true alignment with God's will happens, where they are able to prepare themselves for the challenges and victories that lie ahead on their journey. I have personally learned that embracing moments of stillness is not only important for spiritual growth, but essential for the maintenance of inner peace. When I step away from the hustle and bustle of life, I am better able to discern what God is calling me to do, and I can make decisions that are in alignment with His will. The stillness helps clear away the noise that can cloud my judgment and reminds me of the divine purpose I am meant to fulfill. It strengthens my faith and my commitment to the path that I am on. In conclusion, the chosen ones require moments of quiet and solitude to stay connected to God and to fulfill their higher purpose. The distractions of the world can cause them to lose focus, but by seeking stillness, they are able to hear God's voice more clearly and remain aligned with His will. It is in these quiet moments that they find the strength, clarity, and peace necessary to walk the path God has set before them. While the world around them may be filled with noise and distractions, it is in the silence where they are most deeply connected to the divine and prepared for the work they are called to do. When I reflect on the journey of those chosen by God, I am reminded of the importance of spiritual separation. It is not a mere detachment from the world for the sake of isolation, but a purposeful stepping away from the distractions of society. I have often written about how, for those who follow Christ, there must be a willingness to withdraw from the noise and pressures of the world. This separation is not out of disdain for the world, but rather out of a need to face the internal spiritual battles that occur in the stillness, where true transformation takes place. In my own understanding, the world around us, with its constant clamoring, pulls us in many directions. We are surrounded by a sea of voices, opinions, distractions, societal demands that continually draw our attention. For those who are called by God, it is almost impossible to hear His voice amidst such chaos. The pressure to conform, to follow the paths laid out by society, can easily obscure the inner clarity needed to discern the divine guidance that is crucial to fulfilling one's purpose. This is why spiritual separation is essential. It is in the quiet spaces of solitude that the chosen ones can truly hear and align themselves with God's will. The idea of separation, however, is often misunderstood. Many view it as a rejection of the world, or worse, a judgment of those who remain in it. But it is not about separation for the sake of pride or superiority. Rather, it is a necessary process of purification, a way to protect the spiritual life from being diluted by the noise of the world. The constant barrage of external influences can weaken the spirit and disrupt the delicate connection with God. It is only in solitude, away from the distractions, that the true inner transformation can begin to unfold. This is where the soul can heal, renew, and focus on the mission God has set before it. This form of spiritual separation is not a sign of weakness or failure, but rather a sign of strength. It requires immense courage to step away from the familiar, to walk a path that is not always understood by others. When I speak of the chosen ones, I am not referring to individuals who feel superior to others, but to those whose hearts are sensitive to the divine and are called to live in alignment with a higher purpose. It is in this sensitivity that they are able to reflect the truth and challenge the illusions that society so often clings to. In my writings, I have often explored how the chosen ones are called to be light in the world, but their light often disturbs the darkness of the world's falsehoods. Their mere presence, when aligned with God's truth, has the power to shine through the illusions that people have built around their lives. And this is where the tension lies. While the chosen ones are a beacon of truth, their presence can also stir discomfort. This is because truth often confronts the comfortable lies that people tell themselves and the world. It is not always easy to face the reality of who we truly are, and those who carry the light of truth can unintentionally force others to confront their own shadows. This discomfort is not something to fear, but something to embrace, for it is a sign that transformation is happening. The chosen ones do not have to say anything to make others uncomfortable. Their very existence, aligned with divine purpose, can shake the foundations of the world's false comforts. In my own experience, I have found that when you live in accordance with God's calling, the world around you begins to change. The illusions of the world start to fall away, and in their place, a deeper understanding of truth and purpose emerges. As I have written in my works, particularly in Mere Christianity and the Screwtape Letters, the real battles of faith are fought in the quiet moments, away from the eyes of the public. In these moments of solitude, we are faced with the challenge of aligning our hearts with God's will and seeking His guidance without the distractions of the world. The journey of a Christian, especially one who is called by God, is often solitary. It requires stepping away from the busyness of life to focus on what truly matters, the voice of God and the fulfillment of His purpose. The chosen path is not an easy one. It is often lonely, and it is not always understood by those around us. But it is in this loneliness that the chosen ones are able to hear the voice of God more clearly. The absence of external distractions allows them to connect with their true spiritual selves, to align with God's guidance, and to receive the strength needed to fulfill their divine purpose. This is why spiritual separation is not something to be feared, but rather something to be embraced. It is in these moments of solitude that the chosen ones find their strength, clarity, and the courage to walk the path that God has set before them. In conclusion, I have come to understand that spiritual separation is not about turning away from the world in bitterness or judgment, but about protecting the sacred connection with God. It is about stepping away from the distractions and illusions of society so that we can fully align ourselves with God's will. The chosen ones are called to reflect the truth, even if it stirs discomfort in others. It is through this truth that transformation occurs, both in our own lives and in the lives of those around us. And so, as we walk this path of spiritual separation, we are not alone. We are supported by the divine purpose that guides us, and by the strength that comes from living in alignment with God's truth. In the journey of life, there are those among us who possess a profound and undeniable energy, an energy that is felt by everyone they encounter. When these individuals enter a room, there is an unspoken awareness, a sense that something significant is about to unfold. It's as if their presence alone stirs the air, shifts the atmosphere, and commands attention. This energy comes from a place much deeper than personality or charm. It is a divine essence, a reflection of the calling they carry within their soul. It is this unique spiritual energy that makes them stand out and walk a path that few can truly understand. But this powerful presence, while it draws people in, also creates a paradox. It can make these individuals feel incredibly isolated, unable to find anyone who truly comprehends the depth of their being and the journey they are on. For those chosen by God, walking this path is not just about personal glory or significance. It is about fulfilling a higher purpose, a mission that requires not just strength, but also an unwavering sense of self. But this path is not always easy. With this extraordinary energy comes a sense of difference, a feeling of being set apart from the masses. It is not a sense of superiority, but rather a recognition that their path is unique and often misunderstood. People are drawn to them, intrigued by the mysterious aura they radiate. But there is also an inherent fear and discomfort that arises in the presence of such intensity. This energy, this light that they carry, can often expose the darkness in others, forces and flaws that they would rather keep hidden from the world. Despite this magnetic presence, the chosen often find themselves walking alone. Their unique energy can make it difficult for others to approach them on a deeper level. While many are attracted to their strength and presence, they also feel an unconscious distance, a barrier that prevents true connection. This is not because the chosen ones do not crave connection, but because the depth of their spirit is not something easily understood by those who are still caught up in the superficialities of the world. The more profound the calling, the more isolated they may feel, even when surrounded by people. Their experiences, their struggles, and the very nature of their purpose set them apart, leaving them in a position where they cannot fully connect with just anyone. I have observed this phenomenon time and time again. The chosen ones carry a weight that most people cannot see, a burden that is both a blessing and a challenge. They are tasked with a mission that requires them to remain focused and aligned with God's will. However, this deep calling often places them on a different wavelength from the rest of society. The world, with its noise and distractions, is not equipped to understand the sacred journey they are on. As a result, the chosen ones often feel alone, not because they want to be, but because their path demands a level of solitude that others cannot fully appreciate. It is important to understand that this sense of loneliness is not a reflection of failure or inadequacy. It is part of the process of spiritual refinement. many ways, solitude is a necessary companion on the journey of the chosen. It is in solitude that they are able to hear God's voice more clearly, to align their hearts with His will, and to recharge their spiritual energy. This solitude does not come from a desire to isolate themselves from others, but from the need to protect their inner peace and clarity. The journey of the chosen is often one of introspection, of deep self-discovery, and of divine preparation for the greater work ahead. Walking alone allows the chosen to cultivate a relationship with God that is unimpeded by the distractions of the world. In these quiet moments, they are able to reconnect with their inner selves, to reflect on their purpose, and to find the strength and wisdom needed to fulfill their divine mission. It is in solitude that they are able to grow, not just spiritually, but in all aspects of their being. The chosen ones are often tasked with carrying heavy burdens that cannot be shared with just anyone. The weight of their calling is something they must bear alone, for it is a personal journey that requires dedication, sacrifice, and an unwavering commitment to the divine purpose. However, this does not mean that the chosen are meant to be isolated forever. There are times when they are called to connect with others, to share their wisdom, and to guide those who are seeking the same truth. But the connections they seek are not superficial. The chosen ones are looking for people who can see beyond the surface, who can understand the depths of their soul and the struggles they face. True connection for the chosen is not about fitting in with the crowd or conforming to societal expectations. It is about finding people who resonate with their energy, who are walking their own path of spiritual awakening, and who can offer the support and understanding they need to continue their journey. This longing for true connection is what often fuels the sense of isolation. The chosen ones know that they are meant for something greater, but finding others who share their vision and their struggles is rare. It is not easy to find people who understand the spiritual battles they face, the sacrifices they make, or the mission they are called to complete. The energy they carry is unique, and finding someone who truly matches that energy is a challenge. Yet, in the depths of their solitude, the chosen ones continue to walk, knowing that their purpose is greater than any temporary feeling of loneliness. I have seen how the chosen ones persist in their journey, despite the loneliness they may feel. Their strength comes from within, from the unwavering belief that their mission is not just about them, but about something much larger. They understand that their purpose is divinely ordained, and that their path, though lonely at times, is one that will ultimately lead to transformation, not only for themselves, but for the world around them. In conclusion, the chosen ones walk alone, not because they are rejected or unwanted, but because their energy, their calling, and their mission set them apart. Their journey is one of purpose, growth, and spiritual alignment, and though it may be lonely at times, it is also deeply fulfilling. The loneliness they feel is a necessary part of their process, one that allows them to grow stronger in their faith, to deepen their connection with God, and to prepare themselves for the work that lies ahead. Their path may be solitary, but it is one that leads to a greater purpose, a purpose that will ultimately bring light to the world. The journey of the chosen ones is not only about walking a unique path, it is also about the deep longing for connection with others who truly understand them. They don't seek superficial interactions or fleeting relationships. They crave profound connections, relationships that resonate with the same depth of spirit, the same hunger for truth, and the same commitment to a higher calling. These individuals are searching for kindred souls, people who can walk with them in the light of God's truth and share the weight of the mission they have been called to fulfill. However, despite this longing for meaningful connection, the chosen ones often find themselves alone, or at least feeling isolated. Their uniqueness, the very essence of what sets them apart, creates a barrier between them and others. This is not because they are unwilling to connect, but because the depth of their being is hard to truly comprehend for those around them. The world is full of distractions, superficial conversations, and shallow relationships, but the chosen ones are on a higher spiritual wavelength. Their hearts are tuned to a frequency that is not easily understood by many, and this often leaves them feeling misunderstood, even by those they long to connect with. The journey they are on is unlike anyone else's, and this makes it hard to find others who can truly walk beside them in the same way. They are not simply looking for someone to spend time with. They are looking for a connection that transcends transcends the ordinary, a bond that is grounded in shared purpose and divine understanding. This yearning for deep connection is a natural part of their spiritual journey, but it is also one of the greatest challenges they face. It is the loneliness of knowing that their experiences, their struggles, and their triumphs are unique to their calling and therefore difficult to share with others. In many ways, this sense of isolation is both a blessing and a curse. On the one hand, it allows the chosen ones to remain focused on their divine mission without being distracted by the opinions and judgments of others. They are not swayed by the world's standards or the desires of those around them. They are set apart, not because they think themselves better, but because their calling demands a higher level of dedication, discipline, and focus. But on the other hand, the absence of someone who truly understands them can create a deep sense of loneliness, a longing for connection that seems just out of reach. This isolation can sometimes feel unbearable, especially when they are surrounded by people who are caught up in the superficialities of life. The chosen ones often struggle to find people who share their spiritual depth and can connect with them on the level they need. The relationships they desire are not just about spending time together. They are about sharing the journey, understanding the weight of the calling, and offering mutual support as they both grow in their faith and their understanding of God's will. It is easy to misunderstand this desire for deep connection as a desire for validation or attention, but it is far deeper than that. The chosen ones are not seeking to be admired or praised. They are simply seeking someone who can walk with them in the same light, someone who can understand the depths of their soul and the challenges they face. They long for a connection that transcends the surface, one that is rooted in spiritual truth and shared purpose. The truth is, it is rare to find someone who can truly understand the path of the chosen ones. They are not only walking a different path, but are often called to do so in isolation, knowing that their journey is not meant to be shared by many. This does not mean that they are meant to walk alone forever. There will come a time when the right people will enter their lives, people who are spiritually aligned and capable of understanding the unique journey they are on. But until that time comes, the chosen ones must learn to embrace their solitude, knowing that it is a necessary part of their preparation for the great work ahead. In the quiet moments of solitude, they are able to connect more deeply with God, to hear His voice more clearly, and to strengthen their resolve to walk the path He has set before them. It is in these moments that they find the peace and strength they need to continue their journey, even when it feels like no one truly understands. And while they may walk alone for now, they know that God is with them every step of the way, guiding them, protecting them, and preparing them for the great purpose they were chosen for. Ultimately, the journey of the chosen ones is a path of both profound isolation and deep connection. They may not always find the human companionship they long for, but they are never truly alone. They are connected to God, to their purpose, and to the divine plan that is unfolding in their lives. And in this connection, they find the strength to continue on their unique and sacred journey. The journey of the chosen ones is filled with a unique paradox, a combination of irresistible attraction and underlying fear. Those who walk the path of divine calling possess an energy that is palpable, one that immediately draws attention. Their presence, whether in a room or in a crowd, carries an aura of power and purpose that others instinctively feel. It is not the kind of attention that comes from charisma or charm, but from a deep spiritual presence, a sense that something profound is unfolding in their lives. This energy can be magnetic, captivating those around them and leaving an impression that lingers long after they've left. However, the very strength of this presence also creates a sense of unease in others. While many are drawn to the light that the chosen ones radiate, others feel a subtle but undeniable fear, a discomfort that arises when they encounter something so powerful, so foreign to the ordinary human experience. The truth that these individuals embody has the ability to reflect back aspects of themselves that others would rather avoid. Fears, insecurities, and truths that they have hidden away. It's as if the chosen ones act as a mirror, and the reflection they offer is not always one that people are ready to face. This reflection forces others to confront parts of themselves they'd rather leave in the shadows. In the presence of the chosen ones, people often feel exposed, vulnerable in ways they may not understand. It is not just their spiritual energy that creates this unease, but also the fact that their lives are lived in alignment with a higher purpose, one that demands integrity, authenticity, and a deep sense of self-awareness. The very qualities that make the chosen ones strong can also make others feel small, fragile, or uncertain about their own path. This dissonance between the strength of the chosen ones and the vulnerabilities of those around them can cause many to retreat. It's as if the power they exude stirs a deep-seated fear in others, a fear of being exposed, judged, or forced to confront aspects of their own lives that they would rather ignore. But this is not just about the fear of others. It is also about the loneliness that the chosen ones often feel as a result. The energy they carry, while powerful, is isolating. It creates a distance between them and others, making it difficult for them to form meaningful connections. While people may be drawn to their light, few can withstand the intensity of it for long. The depth of the chosen one's spirit can feel overwhelming to those who are not ready to embark on the same kind of spiritual journey. This can leave the chosen ones feeling misunderstood and alone, even in the presence of many. The paradox of attraction and fear creates a tension that the chosen ones must navigate throughout their lives. On one hand, they are aware of the magnetic pull they have on others, the way their presence can light up a room or cause others to take notice. They are aware that they are meant to stand out, to carry a message of truth and purpose that is not always comfortable for the world to hear. But on the other hand, they often experience the pain of isolation, the struggle of feeling disconnected from those around them, unable to find someone who can truly understand the journey they are on. This disconnect is not born from a desire to be separate or superior to others. Instead, it is a natural result of walking a path that requires an unwavering commitment to a higher calling. The chosen ones are not on a journey of self-aggrandizement. They are on a mission to fulfill a purpose that transcends the material world. And while they long for deep connection, the very nature of their calling creates a space between them and those who are still focused on the surface-level aspects of life. The deeper the spiritual connection, the harder it becomes for the chosen ones to find others who can resonate with their energy. The vast majority of people are still caught up in the distractions and superficialities of life, unaware of the deeper spiritual truths that the chosen ones carry. While the world is constantly offering distractions, social media, material pursuits, fleeting relationships, the chosen ones are called to something much more profound. Their lives are meant to reflect divine truth, which by nature challenges the illusions that most people are content to live with. It is this very truth that causes discomfort in others. It is the inability to escape the reflection of their own lives when they encounter someone so deeply aligned with their purpose. And because not everyone is prepared to face this truth, they retreat into the safety of their comfort zones. They avoid the chosen ones, not because they don't admire them, but because they are scared of the transformation that encountering such a soul might require. This fear, however, is not something the chosen ones should take personally. It is a reflection of the deeper work that needs to be done in others' lives, a sign that their light is doing what it is meant to do, illuminating the shadows. But it is also a reminder of the burden that comes with such light. The chosen ones walk a lonely path, not because they are unworthy of connection, but because their purpose is so powerful, so all-encompassing, that few can truly meet them where they are. Yet, in this loneliness, there is also a profound beauty. For the chosen ones, their journey is one of self-discovery and deep alignment with their divine calling. While the fear and attraction they evoke may keep others at a distance, it also creates the space for them to grow stronger in their faith, in their identity, and in their connection to God. It is in this space of solitude that they are able to hear God's voice more clearly, to refine their understanding of their mission, and to be strengthened for the work that lies ahead. Ultimately, the paradox of attraction and fear is not something that should discourage the chosen ones. Instead, it is a sign of their importance in the divine plan. They are meant to stir the world, to challenge the status quo, and to reflect the truth in ways that others may find uncomfortable. The fear that others feel is not a reflection of their inadequacy, but a sign of the power of their calling. And as they continue on their journey, the chosen ones will find that the connections they seek will come when the time is right, and when they are surrounded by those who can truly walk alongside them in the truth of their purpose. Until then, they are not alone. God walks with them, and their mission is bigger than any fear or loneliness they may experience. In my journey, I have come to understand the profound importance For those chosen by God, this responsibility goes beyond simply staying true to their purpose. It is also about safeguarding their inner peace and integrity. The energy that flows from within the chosen ones is not just a personal force, it is divine, tied to the very essence of their spiritual calling. It is a gift, a light, and a responsibility. And just like any valuable gift, it must be protected. One of the key aspects of protecting this divine energy is recognizing the importance of the company we keep and the conversations we engage in. The world is full of distractions, shallow interactions, and energies that can easily dilute our connection with the divine. For the chosen ones, avoiding meaningless conversations and inappropriate situations is not a matter of pride or elitism, but a necessity for spiritual preservation. Engaging in superficial talk or being caught in negative environments can slowly erode the energy that fuels the mission ahead. Every word spoken and every action taken is a reflection of the energy we allow to influence our lives. The more we expose ourselves to shallow, negative, or draining situations, the more we risk losing sight of our spiritual direction and purpose. I have often reflected on the way our surroundings influence us. The energy of a conversation, the tone of a discussion, or the attitude of the people around us can all affect our spiritual clarity. The chosen ones are uniquely sensitive to these shifts because their energy is not just theirs alone. It is part of the divine connection that guides them. They are tuned into a higher frequency, one that requires them to remain grounded in the truth and clarity that comes from God. When they allow their energy to be distracted by worldly concerns or shallow discussions, it becomes harder to remain aligned with that higher frequency. This is why it is crucial for those who are chosen to be deliberate about their interactions. It's not about shutting themselves off from the world, but rather protecting their focus and ensuring that they don't lose their way. Just as an instrument needs to be tuned regularly to produce the right notes, the chosen ones need to be mindful of the people and situations they engage with. If they are constantly surrounded by noise, negativity, or distractions, their ability to hear God's guidance becomes clouded. When I reflect on this, I realize that protecting our energy is not just a matter of avoiding negativity, but also about choosing to nurture what is good, true, and life-giving. The chosen ones must surround themselves with people who elevate them, who encourage their growth, and who share in the mission God has entrusted to them. These are the relationships that strengthen the spirit and affirm the divine connection. It's not about finding people who agree with everything they say, but rather those who understand the deeper calling, those who walk in the same light, and those who challenge them to grow closer to God. But beyond the people we surround ourselves with, the chosen ones must also recognize the importance of guarding their thoughts and emotions. This inner sanctity, this spiritual energy, is influenced not only by external interactions, but by the inner dialogue we allow ourselves to entertain. The world may bombard us with negativity, doubt, and fear, but the chosen ones are called to rise above that, to protect their hearts and minds from the destructive power of such thoughts. We must take care not to let doubts, worries, or fears infiltrate our minds, for they too have the power to disconnect us from the divine. In my own life, I have found that when I am vigilant in protecting my energy, whether through guarding the spaces I enter, the conversations I engage in, or the thoughts I entertain, I am able to stay more closely aligned with God's will. It is in these moments of stillness and protection that I feel most connected to the divine, where I can hear God's voice clearly and walk confidently in the direction He has set for me. It's not easy to maintain this vigilance, especially in a world that thrives on distractions. There are so many things that can pull us away from our spiritual path: social media, news cycles, the expectations of others, and the relentless pace of modern life. But the chosen ones understand that their mission requires them to stay focused, to protect their energy, and to nurture the inner peace that comes from aligning with God's will. This is not about escaping the world, but about navigating it with clarity and purpose. I've also learned that protecting our energy is not about rejecting others, but about understanding our boundaries. The chosen ones have an inherent understanding of their own limits, knowing when to step back, when to say no, and when to create space for themselves. This might mean saying no to invitations or stepping away from conversations that drain them. It's not about being selfish, but about honoring the sacred trust that God has placed within them. By doing so, they ensure that their energy remains pure, their mission remains clear, and their spirit stays strong. many ways, protecting one's energy is an act of faith. It's about trusting that the divine mission ahead is worth the sacrifices made along the way. It's about believing that by guarding our hearts and minds, we are better equipped to fulfill the work God has called us to do. The world will continue to offer distractions and temptations, but those who are chosen understand that their true strength lies not in the noise of the world, but in the stillness where they can connect with God and hear His voice. As I reflect on my own journey, I see that the protection of energy and soul is a continuous practice. It's not something that is achieved once and for all, but rather an ongoing process of staying vigilant, staying aligned, and staying grounded. It's about making daily choices to protect the sanctity of our spiritual path and to honor the divine guidance that we have been given. The chosen ones are called to be more than just passive participants in the world. They are called to be active, engaged, and intentional in their pursuit of God's will. In the end, protecting one's energy and soul is not just about avoiding the wrong influences, but about actively cultivating the right ones. It's about surrounding oneself with the right people, the right thoughts, and the right intentions, all while staying firmly rooted in the love and guidance of God. This protection is the foundation upon which the chosen ones can build their lives, fulfilling their divine purpose with clarity, strength, and unwavering faith. As I have journeyed through life, I've come to realize that the chosen ones find true comfort in solitude or within a small circle of trusted companions. This is not to say that they reject the world or others, but rather that their unique path requires them to seek a space where they can express themselves freely, without the fear of being misunderstood. There is a deep peace that comes from being in solitude or surrounded by a close-knit group of people who truly understand their journey, where they can lower their guard and simply be themselves. These moments of peace are not just a luxury, they are essential for the spiritual health and strength of the chosen ones. The need for such solitude is deeply spiritual. In a world that is often loud, chaotic, and filled with distractions, it becomes increasingly difficult for the chosen ones to remain aligned with their divine purpose. The noise of everyday life, the opinions of others, and the expectations placed upon them can cloud their connection with God. It is in these quiet moments, whether alone or in the company of a select few, that they can hear God's voice clearly. Solitude becomes a sanctuary, a place where they can retreat, reconnect with their inner selves, and refocus on the divine mission they have been entrusted with. In these moments, they are able to process their experiences, reflect on their purpose, and recharge for the work ahead. The chosen ones are called to be lights in a world that is often dark and filled with confusion. Their light is not just an outward expression, it is an inner strength that guides them through life's challenges. But just as a flame needs protection from the wind, their inner light requires careful tending. Too much exposure to the world, too many voices, or too much noise can cause that light to flicker or even dim. It is in solitude or with a trusted group that the chosen ones can keep their inner flame burning brightly. Here they are free to be vulnerable, to express their true selves, and to share their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or misunderstanding. One of the greatest gifts the chosen ones possess is the ability to see deeply into the world and into the hearts of others. This gift, however, can also be isolating. When you see things on such a profound level, it is difficult to connect with others who may not share the same depth of understanding. The superficiality of many relationships makes it hard for the chosen ones to find true companions who can resonate with their spirit and walk alongside them on their journey. That is why having a small group of people who truly understand and support them is so vital. These are the relationships that nourish the soul, that allow them to be fully seen and appreciated for who they are without the need for pretense or facade. This small circle of trusted friends or companions is not just about finding comfort, it is about finding connection at the deepest level. These people share in the struggles, the victories, and the spiritual growth of the chosen ones. They are the ones who understand the challenges that come with carrying such a powerful energy, and they offer the support and encouragement needed to stay focused on the mission. The chosen ones may walk a solitary path, but they do not walk it alone. They have a handful of people who see them for who they truly are, and who stand by them in both the joyful and difficult moments. These trusted friends are the ones who help keep their energy protected, and help them stay aligned with God's will. In a world where connections are often fleeting and shallow, these deep, meaningful relationships are priceless. The chosen ones are not interested in filling their lives with people who cannot see the depth of their calling or who do not understand the weight of the journey. They seek relationships that are built on mutual respect, trust, and a shared sense of purpose. These relationships provide a sense of belonging, not because they fit into society's norms, but because they understand and appreciate the unique path that each individual is on. In this space, the chosen ones can truly express their authentic selves and be supported in their spiritual growth. Yet, as important as these small circles of trust are, solitude remains a crucial aspect of their journey. Sometimes, even the most trusted companions cannot fully understand the depth of the spiritual battles or the divine guidance that the chosen ones receive. In these moments, solitude provides the space for deeper reflection, for a clearer connection with God, and for the soul to be recharged and refocused. Solitude is where the chosen ones go to find peace in the midst of chaos, to listen to the whispers of God, and to prepare themselves for the next steps on their journey. The need for both solitude and meaningful relationships is a delicate balance for the chosen ones. They must find the courage to step away from the noise of the world and seek the quiet moments that allow their spirits to grow stronger. At the same time, they must cultivate deep, trusting relationships with those who truly understand them, offering them the support and encouragement needed to stay true to their calling. These relationships are not meant to be distractions, but sources of strength that help the chosen ones stay focused and aligned with their divine purpose. Ultimately, the chosen ones are not meant to walk through life isolated from others. They are meant to connect, to build relationships, and to share their journey with those who are spiritually aligned. But their connection is not bound by societal norms or superficial bonds. It is rooted in something far deeper, a shared purpose, a shared understanding, and a shared commitment to living in alignment with the divine. In solitude, they find the strength to grow, and in their trusted circles, they find the support to thrive. Together, these two aspects create a spiritual foundation that allows the chosen ones to fulfill their divine mission with clarity, purpose, and unwavering faith. Through my personal journey, I've come to understand that self-acceptance is not just a concept, but a vital strategy for those who are chosen by God. The path of the chosen ones is not an easy one, and it is filled with many challenges, both internal and external. To walk this path with confidence and clarity, they must first come to terms with who they are, embracing every part of their unique being. Self-acceptance is the foundation that allows the chosen ones to move forward in their divine calling without being swayed by the opinions of others or the pressures of the world. It is through this deep understanding and appreciation of their qualities, both strengths and weaknesses, that they can fully step into the role God has prepared for them. The challenge of self-acceptance often stems from the fact that the chosen ones are, by nature, different from those around them. Their spiritual sensitivity, their higher purpose, and the divine energy they carry can make them feel out of place in a world that often prioritizes superficial achievements and material success. But in accepting themselves, the chosen ones are able to see that their unique qualities are not flaws. They are part of the divine design. Every gift, every challenge, and every characteristic is woven into the tapestry of their purpose. When they learn to appreciate and value these parts of themselves, they can then begin to live authentically and with power. For many of the chosen ones, self-acceptance is not a one-time event, but a continuous journey of growth and understanding. It requires them to be honest with themselves about their fears, their dreams, and their limitations. It's about looking inward and acknowledging the aspects of their personality or their spiritual journey that they may have once rejected or hidden. This process of acceptance allows them to shed the weight of guilt, shame, or insecurity that might otherwise hold them back. In learning to accept themselves fully, they become free to embrace their calling with boldness and strength. Self-acceptance also involves recognizing the importance of vulnerability. While many people may try to protect themselves from vulnerability, the chosen ones understand that it is through vulnerability that true strength is found. Being open to God's guidance, allowing themselves to be molded, and acknowledging their need for growth requires vulnerability. It is this openness that allows them to remain teachable, humble, and connected to their divine purpose. By accepting themselves as they are, they create the space for transformation and divine alignment, which ultimately strengthens their ability to fulfill the purpose they have been called to. But self-acceptance is only one part of the journey. The chosen ones also need to find community, like-minded individuals who can walk alongside them in their mission. In my own experience, I have realized that while the path may often be solitary, it is essential to find those who can resonate with the divine energy within them. Community is not just about having people around for companionship. It is about finding individuals who understand the deeper spiritual journey, who share the same values and the same commitment to living in alignment with God's will. The search for community can be challenging, especially for those who feel different from others. The chosen ones often find it difficult to connect with the masses because their spiritual path sets them apart. The world may not understand the depth of their calling, and the distractions of society may seem at odds with the mission they are called to fulfill. Yet there is power in finding a community that shares the same spiritual hunger, the same desire to grow and walk in truth. These are the communities where the chosen ones can thrive, where they can share their experiences, support one another, and strengthen each other as they navigate the complexities of their spiritual journeys. A true spiritual community is one that values authenticity above all else. It is a place where the chosen ones can be fully themselves without the need for masks or pretenses. These communities are built on trust, mutual respect, and shared purpose. They provide a safe space for individuals to express their vulnerabilities, to share their struggles, and to find encouragement in their faith. In these communities, the chosen ones can reflect on their spiritual growth, share their insights, and receive the support they need to continue on their journey. Such communities are rare, but they exist. They are not found in the superficial circles of everyday life, but in the spaces where people gather to seek truth, to grow spiritually, and to live out their divine purpose. These communities often form around shared experiences or deep spiritual connections, and they are marked by a commitment to helping each member live out their calling. Whether through small prayer groups, spiritual study, or acts of service, these communities serve as a source of strength, encouragement, and transformation for the chosen ones. For the chosen ones, finding such a community is not just about having people to spend time with. It is about finding a place where they can be fully seen, understood, and supported in their mission. It is in these communities that they can experience the full depth of connection, where their energy is understood, their struggles are acknowledged, and their purpose is affirmed. In these spaces, they can grow in their faith, be challenged to live more fully in alignment with God's will, and continue to walk boldly in the path they have been called to follow. In conclusion, self-acceptance and community are both essential elements of the chosen one's spiritual journey. By accepting themselves for who they truly are, embracing their unique qualities and their divine calling, they can step forward with confidence and clarity. And by finding a community that shares their values, their purpose, and their commitment to spiritual growth, they can find the support and encouragement they need to live out their mission. Both of these aspects are crucial for the chosen ones as they navigate the complexities of their journey, and together they create a foundation upon which they can fulfill the greater work God has entrusted to them. Throughout my life, I've learned that the chosen ones are gifted with the unique ability to turn moments of solitude into opportunities for profound personal growth. While many view loneliness as something negative or something to be avoided, the chosen ones see it differently. For them, solitude becomes a sacred space where they can engage deeply with their inner selves, explore their creative potential, and connect with God on a level that is not possible in the hustle and noise of the world. Solitude provides the quiet needed to cultivate clarity and reflection, essential elements for spiritual and personal development. It is during these moments of stillness that the chosen ones can confront their innermost thoughts, face their fears, and explore their purpose without the distractions that often cloud their judgment. When embraced with intention, solitude becomes not a place of isolation, but a powerful tool for transformation. It is in these moments of solitude that the chosen ones find the strength to cultivate a deeper understanding of themselves, their mission, and their divine connection. One of the most powerful ways the chosen ones use their solitude is through creative or spiritual practices such as writing, art, or prayer. These activities allow them to express their innermost thoughts, desires, and emotions in ways that words alone cannot capture. Writing, for example, becomes a way to channel their experiences, their struggles, and their revelations into something that has the power to inspire, heal, and transform. Art, in all its forms, provides a medium through which the chosen ones can communicate the truths they have learned in their solitude, offering them to the world in a way that invites others to see, feel, and experience what they have discovered. For the chosen ones, creativity is not merely an outlet for self-expression, it is an act of service. They understand that their creative gifts are not just for personal fulfillment, but are meant to contribute to the greater good. The work they produce, whether through writing, painting, music, or other forms of expression, carries within it the seeds of truth and wisdom that the world needs to hear. Through these creative outlets, the chosen ones are able to shed light on the truths that society often avoids, the deep spiritual insights that can help others awaken to their own divine purpose. In solitude, the chosen ones are free from the expectations of others, allowing their creative expression to flow authentically without fear of judgment. This freedom is essential for true creativity to emerge. When alone, they are not constrained by the norms of society or the pressures to conform. Instead, they can delve into their innermost thoughts and bring them into the light. Whether through writing, art, or other creative endeavors, they channel the divine energy that flows through them into something tangible, something that can touch the hearts of others and stir their souls. This ability to transform solitude into a space of creativity and growth is one of the hallmarks of the chosen ones. They do not shy away from the silence. Instead, they embrace it, knowing that in the quiet they can hear God's voice more clearly. It is in solitude that they often experience their most profound spiritual revelations, where they can discern the next steps on their path and gain a deeper understanding of their purpose. It is also in these moments that they often receive divine inspiration, ideas and insights that can guide them in their work and in their service to the world. Moreover, the work that the chosen ones create in solitude has a ripple effect. Their art, their writing, their music, or any other form of creative expression becomes a bridge that connects them to the world in a meaningful way. Through their creations, they offer a glimpse into their inner worlds, into the truths they have uncovered, and into the divine guidance they have received. Their work resonates with others who may be going through similar struggles or who may be seeking the same answers. In this way, their solitude becomes a source of light for others, offering healing, comfort, and insight. The chosen ones understand that the time they spend in solitude is not wasted. It is a time of deep cultivation where they nurture their spiritual growth, their creativity, and their connection to the divine. The solitude allows them to build a strong foundation within themselves, one that is necessary to carry out the mission God has entrusted to them. This foundation is rooted in self-awareness, in spiritual clarity, and in the creative expression of their divine gifts. Solitude also serves as a space for deep healing. The chosen ones often face challenges and spiritual battles that others may not fully understand. These battles can be exhausting, and the road can feel long and lonely. But in solitude, they find the space to process these experiences, to heal from past wounds, and to recharge for the journey ahead. It is in these quiet moments that they are able to surrender their fears, doubts, and burdens to God, trusting that He will guide them through the challenges and continue to strengthen them for the work they have ahead. While society often equates solitude with loneliness or weakness, the chosen ones see it as a sacred opportunity for growth and reflection. They know that in this space they can deepen their relationship with God, unlock their creative potential, and align themselves more fully with their divine purpose. Solitude is not a punishment, it is a gift, one that allows them to become more fully who they were always meant to be. In conclusion, the chosen ones are able to transform solitude into a powerful tool for personal growth and contribution to the world. In the quiet, they find clarity, healing, and divine inspiration, which they then channel into creative and spiritual endeavors. Their work in solitude serves not only as a reflection of their inner journey, but also as a light for others to follow. By embracing solitude, the chosen ones not only grow closer to God, but they also fulfill their divine calling in a way that blesses the world. The solitude they experience becomes a source of strength, a space where they can connect with their true selves and create works that inspire and heal. As I reflect on the journey of the chosen ones, I cannot help but marvel at the deep sense of purpose that guides them. There is something profound, a divine calling that resonates from within, a sacred fire that burns brightly in their hearts, urging them toward a mission far greater than themselves. This calling is not something that can be ignored or dismissed. It is an inner knowing, a deep recognition of the path they are meant to walk, and it shapes every aspect of their life. The chosen ones often feel a powerful sense of urgency in their spirits, an understanding that their existence serves a higher purpose. It is not enough for them to simply go through the motions of life. They are driven by a need to fulfill their divine mission. They are aware, even in moments of doubt or uncertainty, that they are meant to do something greater, to make an impact that transcends the ordinary. This calling, this sacred flame within them, ignites their passion and fuels their commitment to live a life that aligns with their spiritual purpose. However, this sense of purpose also creates a tension. The chosen ones cannot find peace in pursuits that are disconnected from their higher mission. While others may be content with worldly distractions or fleeting ambitions, the chosen ones are deeply unsettled when they stray too far from the path laid out for them. It is not that they are unwilling to participate in the world or enjoy life's pleasures, but rather that they cannot fully engage in anything that does not serve their greater calling. Their soul feels restless, unsettled, and even unfulfilled when they are not living in alignment with their divine purpose. This is why the chosen ones often find comfort in solitude. It is in moments of quiet reflection and isolation that they can hear the divine whisper clearly. In solitude, they can tune out the noise of the world and focus their energy on the work that truly matters. This time alone is not a retreat from life, but a sacred space where they can reconnect with their inner guidance, sharpen their spiritual focus, and gain clarity on the steps they need to take next. It is during these moments that they can truly listen to God's voice, discern their path, and prepare for the challenges and triumphs that lie ahead. For the chosen ones, solitude is where they can align themselves fully with their purpose. In the stillness, they are able to shed the distractions and expectations that often come from society and focus entirely on what they have been called to do. This is not a process of withdrawing from the world out of fear or discomfort, but rather a deliberate choice to center their energy on what is most important, the fulfillment of their mission. Solitude allows them the space to strengthen their connection with God and deepen their understanding of their divine purpose. I've seen in my own journey how the act of stepping back from the world, even temporarily, can be a source of immense clarity and growth. There is a beauty in solitude that allows the chosen ones to reflect on their journey, understand their struggles, and gain wisdom that can only come from moments of quiet introspection. It is in these quiet times that they are able to discern God's will with greater precision and to cultivate the spiritual strength necessary to carry out their mission. The chosen ones know that their journey is not meant to be easy or comfortable. They understand that fulfilling their purpose requires sacrifice, focus, and a commitment to a path that is often lonely and misunderstood by others. But they also know that this journey is the one they were meant to walk. It is a path that leads them to a higher understanding of themselves, a deeper connection with God, and a greater ability to serve others. This sense of purpose transcends the ordinary. It is not just about achieving success in the eyes of the world or fulfilling personal desires. It is about fulfilling a calling that brings glory to God and transforms lives. The chosen ones are deeply aware that their mission is bigger than any single achievement or worldly ambition. It is about creating lasting change, bringing hope to the hopeless, and revealing divine truths that will set others free. In the midst of their solitude, the chosen ones find a sense of peace and purpose that is unattainable in the noise of the world. They are not lost in the distractions of life because they know that their true fulfillment lies in walking the path that God has set for them. The fire within them, that divine spark, pushes them forward, even when the journey is difficult or the road seems unclear. They are driven by the knowledge that their lives are not their own. They are instruments of a higher purpose. This sense of purpose gives the chosen ones the strength to endure hardships and to face challenges with courage. They are not deterred by obstacles or setbacks because they understand that these are merely stepping stones on their path. Their commitment to their mission is unwavering, and they are willing to sacrifice whatever is necessary to fulfill it. The chosen ones understand that the world may not always recognize their efforts, and that the work they do may often go unseen by others, but they take comfort in knowing that their purpose is known to God and that their labor is not in vain. In conclusion, the chosen ones live with a deep and abiding sense of purpose, one that transcends the ordinary and calls them to a higher mission. They cannot find peace in pursuits that do not align with this purpose, and they find comfort in solitude, where they can reconnect with their divine calling. Their journey is one of commitment, sacrifice, and unwavering faith, and they are willing to walk it alone if necessary. But in that solitude, they are not truly alone. They are guided by the divine, strengthened by their purpose, and equipped for the greater work ahead. Their mission is a beacon of hope to the world, and through it they fulfill their highest calling. As I reflect on the journey of those chosen by God, I am filled with awe and a deep sense of reverence. This path is one of profound strength, unwavering faith, and a purpose that transcends the ordinary. For anyone walking this sacred journey, know that you are not alone. You are not just strong, you are capable, resilient, and destined for something far greater than you can see right now. The challenges you face, the moments of solitude, the trials along the way, all of these are not obstacles meant to defeat you, but instead, they are part of the divine process that shapes you into the person God intended you to be. The purpose that God has placed within you is beyond measure. It is a calling that will echo throughout the world in ways you may not yet fully comprehend. Each moment of hardship, each feeling of isolation, and every struggle you encounter is part of God's perfect plan to refine you for the task ahead. These difficulties are not signs of failure. They are preparation. They are preparing you for the incredible mission you are meant to fulfill. You are chosen for a reason, and that reason is to fulfill a divine purpose that will not only impact you, but will also touch and transform the lives of others. I understand that the road can sometimes feel incredibly lonely. There will be moments when the world does not understand the path you walk or the choices you make. People may question your decisions, or you may feel as if you are walking alone, unable to connect with those around you. It's during these moments that it's important to remember where your strength truly comes from. Your strength does not come from external validation or approval. It comes from within, from the deep and unshakable connection you have with God. In those moments of loneliness, lean into that connection. God is always with you. He will guide you through the storms, and His presence will never leave you. This journey is not an easy one, and it is not meant to be. The path of the chosen ones is not about comfort or worldly success. It is about fulfillment, purpose, and aligning every step with God's divine will. The obstacles you encounter along the way are not meant to break you, but to build you up. Each challenge is an opportunity for growth, for deepening your faith, and for strengthening your trust in God's plan for your life. While the road may seem long and the challenge is great, remember that with each step forward, you are one step closer to the incredible purpose you were created for. Do not let the weight of your struggles deter you. Remember, you are stronger than you think. Every experience, every hardship is refining you, shaping you into the person you are called to be. It's easy to get discouraged when things aren't going as planned, but hold firm in the knowledge that everything you face is part of a larger plan. God is using these moments to prepare you, to build you, and to equip you for the mission He has designed for you. Trust that every struggle is preparing you to walk in your true purpose. As you continue down this path, it is essential to remember that you are destined for victory. The path of the chosen ones is not a path of ease, but it is a path of fulfillment, of divine purpose. You were chosen for this journey because God believes in you. He believes in your ability to rise above every trial and fulfill your calling. You will emerge from each trial stronger, wiser, and more equipped to fulfill the mission He has entrusted to you. Your victory is already assured through Christ, who strengthens you in every moment. The battle may be hard, but the victory is already won. You are more than a conqueror. Keep pressing forward. Keep trusting in God's plan for your life, even when things seem uncertain or difficult. God has already paved the way for you. Every step you take is leading you closer to the divine fulfillment of your purpose. The victory that awaits you is not just for you alone. It is a victory that will bless others, a victory that will bring light into the world. Do not let fear, doubt, or the challenges of the journey cause you to turn back. Keep moving forward, knowing that each day is one step closer to seeing the full realization of God's plan for your life. The journey of the chosen ones is one of purpose, faith, and ultimately victory. While it may not always be easy, it is always worth it. Every hardship you face, every moment of doubt, every moment of solitude will strengthen you for the work you are called to do. You are destined to accomplish great things, to fulfill a purpose far greater than you can yet see, and to become the person God has always intended for you to be. Keep pressing forward, keep trusting. The victory is already yours in Christ. As you continue on this journey, let us take a moment to lift up our hearts in prayer. May this prayer be a source of strength and encouragement for you. Heavenly Father, I come before you with a heart full of gratitude and awe, knowing that you are the creator of all things and the source of every breath I take. I am humbled by your love and the purpose you have placed within me. Thank you, Father, for choosing me, for setting me apart with a calling so grand that it stretches beyond what I can fully comprehend. It is a calling that requires faith, trust, and a deep connection with you, and I am grateful that you have chosen me to walk this path, no matter how difficult it may seem. I ask for your guidance, Lord, as I continue on this journey. My heart is open to your wisdom, and my spirit longs for your direction. You know the road ahead of me, Father. You know the challenges, the obstacles, and the moments of doubt that may arise. Yet, I place my trust in you, knowing that you will never leave me nor forsake me. I ask that you help me stay focused on you, to keep my eyes on the path you have set before me. When distractions arise, when the noise of the world drowns out your voice, please help me to hear your whispers clearly, to feel your presence ever near, and to walk in the steps you have already laid out for me. Father, you know my heart. You know the desires I carry, the dreams you've placed within me, and the burdens I sometimes carry. You know how difficult the journey can be when I am faced with uncertainty and struggle. But I ask that you remind me in those moments of doubt that you are with me every step of the way. You walk beside me through every trial and lift me up when I fall. When the road is hard and the path seems unclear, help me to trust that you are leading me. Your plan is perfect, even when I cannot see the full picture. Help me to trust your timing and your wisdom, even when my human understanding falters. Lord, my faith is sometimes tested, and I know I can grow weary. But I also know that you are the source of my strength. When I feel tired, when I feel like I cannot take another step, please fill me with your supernatural strength. When the road seems long and difficult, give me the courage to keep moving forward, to press on with the assurance that I am not alone. May your peace, which surpasses all understanding, guard my heart and mind as I move through the challenges ahead. I surrender all my fears, doubts, and struggles to you, Lord. I release my anxieties and worries into your loving hands, knowing that you are more than able to carry them. I trust that you will give me the wisdom to navigate each situation and the courage to face every challenge with grace. I surrender my plans to you, Father, for I know that your plans are far greater than mine. Help me to let go of my own desires for control and to trust in your sovereignty, knowing that your purpose will always prevail in my life. Father, I pray for the strength to overcome any fears that hold me back. Help me to recognize that fear is not from you, but that you have given me a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. Help me to stand firm in the knowledge that I am your child, equipped with everything I need to fulfill the purpose you have for me. May your courage rise within me, replacing every ounce of doubt and fear with confidence in your divine power. I also pray for the wisdom to know when to step forward and when to pause. Guide my decisions, Lord. Help me to discern your will in all areas of my life, to know when to move and when to wait. I trust that your plan for me is always for good, and I desire to align my actions with your desires. May my every step be a reflection of your glory, and may my heart remain open to your leading. Lord, I also pray for others who are walking a similar path, those who may be struggling with doubt or fear. I ask that you surround them with your love, that you remind them of their divine purpose, and that you give them the strength to persevere. May your peace be with them, just as it is with me, and may they feel your presence in every moment of their journey. Help us to uplift one another, to walk in unity, and to strengthen each other in faith as we move forward toward the calling you have given us. Father, I thank you for your unfailing love. I thank you for the purpose you have set before me and for the strength you provide to walk this path. I thank you for the challenges that refine me, the struggles that shape me, and the moments of solitude that draw me closer to you. I thank you for your grace that sustains me and for your mercy that renews me each day. Help me to remain faithful and trusting in your plan, no matter what I face. In closing, I give you all my heart and soul. I am yours, Lord, to use for your glory. May my life reflect your love, your purpose, and your will. Thank you for walking with me every step of the way. I trust in your plan for me, and I will continue to move forward with faith, knowing that you are always with me. I pray all these things in the powerful and mighty name of Jesus. Amen. As you continue on your own journey, know that you are never alone. God's presence goes with you, and His strength will sustain you. Keep moving forward with faith, trusting that every step you take is part of His perfect plan. Continue to walk in confidence, knowing that He is guiding you every moment. If this message has spoken to your heart, I encourage you to take a moment and show your support. Please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to leave a comment below with 777. By doing so, you are joining a community of believers who are walking together in faith, purpose, and understanding. Together we will continue to grow in our faith, share our stories, and support each other in our divine callings. Your presence here is not by chance. It is a reminder that you are not alone in your journey. We are all here to support one another, to learn from each other, and to discover how God is working in our lives. Join us in this community to explore more about faith, action, and the purpose God has for each of us. Through this community, you will gain insights into the deep workings of God's plan, and together